We don't want to face none of that. Scripture says a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. We don't want to forsake to assemble, man. That's scary, brother. Then you leave them with, when you got issues, problems with your neighbor. We can work it out. We're supposed to be seeking that kingdom and let nothing get in our way, right? All praises. This brother said, I ain't gonna be able to escape the hand of the Most High, either dead or alive. So he knew about the resurrection, the day of judgment, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
27. Wherefore now, manfully changing this life, I will show myself such as one as mine age requireth, and leave a notable example to such as be young to die willingly and courageously for the honorable and holy law.
See that? That's inspiring. Say, I'm gonna leave myself a notable example, I mean a great example to the youth, these young Israelite brothers and sisters. I'm gonna die for the honorable and holy laws that's given by the Most High unto our nation. That's how you go out, Israel, if you're gonna go out. Not some gangbanger. I'm gonna die for the hood, cuz blood. That's ignorance, man. Blaze and glory. I'm gonna die, player. At least I go out with getting mine. That's where you're gonna die, fornicator. I go. You're not thinking. You're not thinking, because if that's the case, you'd have been committed suicide. So quit talking. You want to live. You talking, that's that lust, man. When the Lord can easily bless us with blessings and shower us with blessings in the truth, in the faith, right? On this side. He knows, man, what's fit for us, what's good for us. He's the Father. He's the Creator, right or wrong. He knows what's good for us. He knows if this brother ain't good for this sister or this sister ain't good for this brother. He knows all things, but if we lust, he'll give us over to our lust. He knows what food is good for us, everything. We just have to trust him. You see? Then we see the blessings come about. Say, you know what? This is the Lord. Thank you, Father. In the name of your anointed Son. Yahushua. Keep on moving. When we gotta rush out there and just break God's commandments, and then when he offering us the kingdom, and he's telling us he'll bless us. So remember, Israel, he can take us like that also, right? Whether we 10, 5, 1, 50, 60, 90, it don't matter. But guess what? If we serving him, what's the word? We're in the good graces. What we don't want to be is outside the graces of the Lord and just doing what we want to do and then having despite for the Lord. Right. Blaming him. Yeah, blaming him, and then the brothers and sisters and all that, like it's their fault. Then the other brothers and sisters in agreement with the foolishness and said, that's not good, because now we're just bringing damage and hurt and justifying evil worldly behavior. Right. We might always put thumbs up when you got two sodomites kissing. You might as well say thumbs up. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. Serious? So we're gonna pick and choose. See what I'm saying? So we already know the scriptures say all bread is sweet to a whoremonger. We'll be laying with anything, man. And if we covetous, all you gotta do is run into Spielberg one day and all that. I like you, young man. He put you in this movie. Put you in a director's chair. You want to be a millionaire? Can make it happen that quick. Put you in this basketball commercial. You have the talent. And it'll come just like that. Think it won't? Who running this kingdom? Satan. Go ahead, brother.
It says, and when he had said these words, immediately he went to the torment. They that led him, changing the good will, they bare him a little before into hatred.
See, it changed. His old friendship, his friends, his acquaintance, so-called. Now they spirit changed because he ain't conforming. Now they showing their hate. Sound familiar? Yeah. Aunt Rhonda and all them. Your cousin Pookaboo and all this stuff. Hey, cool with that it changes. Wait a minute. Thought we was cool. Ain't cool no more because you're not following that lifestyle they into, right? So out come the hate. Start hating on you for what? See? Because it's Christ, it's the gospel. Read on.
Because the foresaid speeches proceeded, as they thought, from a desperate mind.
So they thought this man, Eleazar, was crazy.
Yeah. Proud.
Proud and crazy, right? Exactly. Now what were they?
They was proud.
That's right.
And crazy. Eating swine.
We had that mind. Eating up all type of stuff, right? Go ahead.
20. But when he was ready to die with stripes, he groaned and said, it is manifest unto the Lord that had the holy knowledge that whereas I might have been delivered from death, I now endure sore pains in body by being beaten, but in soul am well content to suffer these things because I fear him.
You see where all this behavior came from? Spirit of God, the Spirit. So what did it mean when he said that the Lord had a holy knowledge? What did he mean by that? This brother got beaten, tormented, whipped. That's why we was naming a few things earlier, how we got dealt with. Go ahead, brother.
So I think it's saying he knows if he would have carried out that bad advice that his so-called friends gave him to pretend as if he was putting that false image out, the Lord knew. So he couldn't deceive, even though he may have deceived the people, God knew, nah, brother, you played yourself.
Right. That's right. That's right. The Lord had that holy knowledge. He knew what Eleazar was doing, how he went out for the lost. He gonna be rewarded. That's what Hannah said. The Lord is a God of knowledge. By him, actions are weighed. He sees everything. He knows what's going on. If he didn't, how he gonna give out rewards through his son at Christ's second coming? Tell me what you did so I can bless you. I'm not, I forgot. What did you do? No. What? You believe in Christmas. You want your child to act right. Hey, Santa knows. He knows about naughty behavior. He's gonna judge you if you don't be good. You ain't get no blessings, right? Children believe that. Come to Christ. Our children don't want to get with it. See, gotta train them in the way. Let's continue.
Verse 31. And thus this man died, leaving his death for an example of a noble courage and a memorial of virtue, not only unto young men, but unto all his nation.
See that? So he was an example for our whole nation, for our youth. Being of courage, a man, brother. A God-fearing man right there. There you go, sisters. That's a God-fearing brother, elder. One who's about God's commandments. See? Even unto death. This would be a type of brother who wouldn't try to hurt no sister. See what I'm saying?
Right.
He would try to lay hands on the sister and all this foolishness. So let's just read on. And we won't be able to probably finish it today. But Lord, he always teaching us. So let's continue. The 7th chapter.
2 Maccabees chapter 7 and verse 1.
Because Eleazar set an example. And I watched these other young brothers. Go ahead.
It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh.
Here we go again.
And were tormented with scourges and whips.
So they was beat. with scourges and whips. Brother, sound familiar? Israel, come on. What did it tell us? Read this real quick. Psalms, what is it, 124? Psalms 1. Let me get it. Psalms 129. Psalms 129, we'll read a few verses. Get back to this. And 1.
Psalms 129 verse 1. Many a time have they afflicted me from my youth. May Israel now say.
Look at that. So Israel, our nation, has been oppressed and afflicted more than any nation upon the face of the earth. What happened when we became a nation from our youth? When we became a nation in Egypt, what did the Egyptians do?
Yes.
Beat us, afflict us, oppress us. Hard bondage, laboring in brick. All the 12 tribes was in Egypt suffering. Look at it, Israel. Throughout history, we've been suffering for a long time, more than any nation, right? So to heck with these nations, man.
Right.
This is a cold-blooded psalm. It says, many a time have they, meaning our enemies, afflicted me from my youth. May Israel now say. See, no other nation could say this. We live in proof that we the Lord's people, brother. Deuteronomy 28, look what we suffering. We still, that book, and we still cutting up, knowing we Israel. That's why the Lord said, I got to whoop you, Israel. You're a proud nation, though, but he still loves us. See, read on.
Many a time have they afflicted me from my youth, yet they have not prevailed against me.
See, so are we still here as a people?
Yep.
The Lord, the nation's been oppressing us throughout history. Israel, the 12 tribes, is still here. Because of who? The Lord. That's why we here. So we got to give it up to the Lord and say, thank you, Lord. We're not individuals. We're being loved, but you know what? We turn our back on the Father. We're ungrateful people. So we got to become that nation again as being born again through Christ. Being humble, loving people, where we love one another. We're very respectful, man. We can communicate, rap, get along. We're around each other like got to walk on eggshells. Disciples didn't walk on eggshells around Christ, man. Right? Read on, brother.
It says, the plowers plowed upon my neck, on my back.
You understand? What's a plower?
Someone that's pushing snow.
How do they do it? Someone who plows. I got you. How do they plow the field? So we understand.
Use that donkey.
Ox and all that, and then how that field look when they plow it.
Dug a little trail.
Them trails or rows, furrows, yeah, put them in, and they make them deep cuts. Did we go through that as a people?
Yeah.
Where were them deep cuts at?
On our back.
Where we got keloid up at?
On our back.
What did it just say?
It said, the plowers plowed upon my back.
That's right. They was whipping us. They had us in the field out there working, right? Israel was picking tobacco, sugar, cotton. See? Where do all these things come from, Israel? Sugar, cotton, tobacco. Where it come from?
Slavery.
The field.
Field.
See? So it's part of God's creation. So should we be smoking tobacco?
No.
Oh, the Lord created it? Yeah. See? They ain't supposed to be smoking tobacco, man. Israel. The Lord created a marijuana plant. Smoke it. Come on, man. But we've been oppressed. That's the point. Being put in the field, been whipped, used despitefully by our enemies, right? Israel can say that. That's why we fit the book. Do we not?
Yeah.
All praises. Go ahead. They did what?
The plowers upon my back, plowed upon my back. They made long their furrows.
They made long their furrows. Where? On the backs.
The back.
So our nation been oppressed many a times. Look at us now. Going through it. What the preacher man, what is that talking about, preacher man? When these religions, what is this talking about? Oh, that's just symbolism. Yeah, okay. All this symbolism. This went down with our people, and we read about the atrocities, right? Right here in Maccabees. The extreme tortures. So let's go back. 2 Maccabees 7 and 2.
2 Maccabees 7, verse 2. But one of them that spake first said thus, What wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die.
We did what?
We are ready to die.
We did what?
We are ready to die.
You see that? This ain't no album. You understand? This real talk. Man come with album, ready to die. No. This real. This brother, these brothers, we ready to die. What you want, man? Esau, we ready to die. Go ahead.
It says, rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers. Then the king, being in a rage, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot, which forthwith, being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first.
Oh, what you talking? Okay. Biggie Bad Butt. You know how these Edomites, I'm taking your tongue out. So by him doing that, what he would think? That the boy would say, okay, that's it. And the other boys would be like, I don't want that. Yeah, we'll bend. Not this group of Israelites. So they gonna cut out his tongue, man. Look what was going on with the rest of our people.
Try fear tactics.
That's it. That's how Esau come with the fear tactics. Go ahead.
It says, and to cut off the utmost parts of his body,
Man.
the rest of his brethren and his mother looking on.
See? So he's gonna dismember this brother here. Cut off his tongue, arms, hands, everything, feet, legs. So remember we was talking about rosewood and all that stuff new?
No, it's dangerous.
Stuff been going on, man. And it's so cold, you would say, wow, this is all in the Bible? Yep. Yes. Read on.
Verse 5. Now when he was thus maimed in all his members, he commanded him, being yet alive,
His brother was still alive. Go ahead.
to be brought to the fire and to be fried in the pan.
See? So then you got this Edomite gonna take this brother's body parts and then fry this brother in the pan. That's hate.
Yes, sir.
Read on.
And as the vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed.
You hear that? You see that? Remember what y'all talking about, pig and the things like, ugh. This thing you hear flesh, sizzles, and the smell coming up, and then your brothers and the mother looking on, they smelling they brother, and the mother smelling her son's body burning. That'll just break you, brother, right? Right. That's what they was trying to do. Break you. That's what Esau, what he's structured to try to break us, man. When he rule, he gonna rule and say, I'm gonna break you. And I need you to conform. Because if he can't do it, he loses power. Y'all understand? Mm-hmm. So as we're coming out and waking up, it's powerful. This man going down. Continue.
They exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying thus, the Lord God looketh upon us, and in truth have comfort in us, as Moses in his song, which witnessed to their faces, declared, saying, and he shall be comforted in his servants.
Is that a beautiful family? So they send their brother fried. What the other six and the mother do?
Exhorted one another.
They start getting in the scriptures with each other, quoting, right? Exhorting each other. Stay strong. Stay a servant. See, exhortation. While it's called today, we together. What should we be doing?
Exhort one another.
Because do we be going through different things, temptations, things be going on, trying times, where we could just break, it get hard. So then what, Israel? I don't care about that, Nick. Well, that's whatever. No, you studying it at these times. You done went through hard times, got scriptures. Here's some scriptures, comforting scriptures. But sometimes you just gotta have scripture just to be over there. Be there with a brother or sister and chill. All that other stuff, that wickedness and coming with hate and all that stuff. That's not Christ. So they encourage each other to stay in the law, right? Somebody got a wicked spirit on them, like, look, hey, we gotta do what we gotta do. You don't want to hear that. Nah. Tell Israel the commandment and say, look, brother, you falter, I'm still here with you though. I'm gonna be right there with you, brother. What's that scripture that talk about that? How you deal with a man that whom thou knowest to keep the commandments, who will sorrow with thee? Canst thou miscarry? He ain't gonna be, or she not gonna be when you fall. Let him just be. Nah. They still there with you. You had men that didn't care, brother. Tell you things you thought they was cool, that disappear on you, then what?
Yeah, it's 37.
So-called leave you in the hand in the midst of cruel wolves. Yeah. We're gonna fall for that one too, huh? We gotta check the scriptures. I check the spirit, Israel. Read the spirit. We be missing it. And all them brothers and sisters that believe it, they be reading situations wrong. They always be making assumptions. You see? They'll make assumptions, they get angry, and that's dangerous. You gotta apply Christ. Something is wrong and all that, you ask. Notice this, you cool, brother, sister, this. You gotta apply the scriptures. Don't, it's gonna just get worse, right? So they stayed together. Continue. That's what we can get from that.
So it says, verse
7.
So when the first was dead, after this manner, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock. And when they had pulled off the skin of his head with the hair, they asked him, wilt thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body?
See that? They pull off the skin, there's holes, the skin, all that. Yeah. Or torture. Now you gonna eat the swine before we start cutting you up too? Over pork? Go ahead.
But he answered in his own language.
In the Hebrew.
And he said no.
He said no, I'm not eating that swine. Go ahead.
Wherefore, he also received the next torment in order, as the former did. And when he was taken, and when he was at the last gasp,
see, this his final moment in this life. Go ahead.
He said, thou, like a fury, takest us out of this present life, but the King of the world shall raise us up, who have died for the laws unto everlasting life.
You see that? That's a capstone. What did they all know about?
The resurrection.
Thank you. Thank you. So they had foresight, did they not?
Yeah.
They had foresight. Look how they lived their life. So that devil doctrine that creeped in the Corinthian church that there's no resurrection, then what? Then we can eat the swine and live how we want to live, right? We won't be punished. So all that they went through will be for what? Vain glory. It was for naught. That's they like, that's it. Is that true? No. They coming back, man. Who would want to talk to Paul and Abraham, the mother and the 7 sons, and these beautiful sisters and brothers in the kingdom? That's coming. meet the real stars, Israel, and we be right up in there, the real elite. That's what we headed for. That's why the Lord telling us don't act like gremlins and thugs and street criminal, all that, right?
Right.
You got Israel getting multi-millionaires still shooting cats at the clubs. You're like, what's wrong with this, brother? What's wrong with this? Ain't changed. Got the money, got the Maybach, whatever you call it, you know what I'm saying? The finest cologne and all that, the gear on and all that, still thugged out. Shoot you in a minute. Like, what's wrong with these cats? See? Well, the Lord changing our mentality, see? This is gonna make us a royal people. That's what we want. And He will bless us over here. It's all set up, Israel, for us. It's all set up. All we have to do is humble ourselves and learn and look at it as a good thing. And we'll be straight. If we're proud, we're going to fall. Any one of us. We can't become proud. We can't become police officers to the point we're looking at everybody. Like, what you doing there? Listen, man. Chase these Israelites. They gonna do what they want to do. The Lord don't deal with that. Remember Moses, what he said, like, Lord, deal with this people, take me out. Take me out. Didn't he say that? Lord said, look, Moses, I got your back. Here's 70 others. There's some more help. All praises. Then Moses still spoke unadvisedly with his lips. The Lord had to tell him, you're not going, you can see the land, but you're not going to enter. See? So what are we saying? We want to be more people that we ain't causing the problem, bringing the problems. See what I'm saying? We want to be a part of the solution. Let me bring problems to this brother or this sister's home. Let me cut up. That's dangerous, man. Read them parables how Christ said how we treat your neighbor is how you treat him. He's serious about that. Right or wrong. He said, we ain't dealing with our neighbor right. We being selfish and covetous. We that one say, when we ministered unto you, we didn't minister unto you, Lord. You didn't look out. Hellfire. Remember? That one brother lawyer, he said, who was my neighbor? Want to justify himself. Because he didn't want to deal with the Israelite. Christ brought out a parable with the Samaritan, the Israelite in Samaria. What was that brother doing in that parable? Looking out, right? The one brother got caught up by thieves. He had a Levite walk past the brother. See? But this brother, in northern Israel, he looked out for the brother, being a neighbor. And that's what he told the Lord. You got the scriptures. Go look out for your people, man. Quit being like that, see? Because if he can justify, I don't look at you as my neighbor, so why deal with you? I'll deal with this, brother. You, that's wrong. And the Lord, and as you read it, he'll deal. So we can't be one way, man. You give, and you ain't doing your part. We got to come together. And that's how the Lord will bless us and build us. That's what it's about, Israel. So we got all these classes. We just got to, with us, we got to apply. See, we've been around for some little bit. We got to apply them scriptures, brothers. All of us. And build together, work together. There's too much talent in here for us not to be moving like what we need to be. Right or wrong?
Right. We
employed. Can't say none of us broke, no jobs. We employed all this other stuff. What's the issue? It's about self. My thing. We gotta be servants. That's the thing. Help one another, man. Embrace one another. Right? Never feel like you can't call out and say, I'm going through this and that because, all right, this and that. You just gotta watch who you're talking to, the way you relate. Okay? That's the deal. We supposed to be feeling good around each other, man. Now, if a brother or sister make you feel uncomfortable, then you step to them, hey, brother, it's just like this. Or sister, you make me feel uncomfortable. All right, we can talk. How so? What am I? Okay, I gotta watch that. I be mindful of this. Because if we doing it and it's wrong, then we gotta stop it. Right. See? We sugarcoating it, rubbing people over the back, and saying it's good behavior, it's straight. None of us can get better and grow, right? So let's be here for each other, Israel, because all this counts towards the resurrection. Our behavior, all this counts. You see, according to these scriptures, we'll finish, be the Lord's will. This counts. Right. Brothers talking up in age, anyone could go, but how was they? What were they known for? Right? What were they about serving the Lord? Were they fired up, hungry, thirsty? Were they for their people? Yeah. That's who you want. That's the brother. That's the sister. They in it. Let's go. You want to move with stuff like that, right? And cast that bill around, just want to tell somebody something. Be over you. Brother say, deuces, the Lord don't play. He'd find the right time, say, the bus stop's here, buddy. You thought I was playing. Because the Holy Spirit don't be playing, right? He wasn't playing with Ananias and Sapphira. Trying to be sneaky and be selfish. Under grace. What happened? So that's what we be saying. You know, we don't want to tempt him. So he with us. He with us. As long as we with him, he with us. His spirit is with us. We want the spirit to remain with us, man. We work together. Not me show. We work together and we get it done. But we need something, hey, we need some Bibles, and we got to work on getting some Bibles. King James Version Bibles with an Apocrypha, we put it in there. Help Israel, we just got to do it. We here for each other. Lord blessing us, man. Come on. All praise, I know you want to.
Just real quick, go to Matthew 19. Because like we was going over in the class, we're not doing this for naught. Like we was going over in the class, we're not doing this for naught. Matthew 19 and verse 27.
Matthew 19, verse 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore?
Right. So check out Peter's question. That's why I love Peter so much. Because this brother wasn't afraid to bring it out, talk about it. That's why Christ loved Peter so much, because he's a perfect example of a Christian. You see how Christ get down and who he would roll with? Prime examples in the scriptures, he got down with Peter and who else? Paul. You look at their example and their background and how these cats got down, you'd be like, man.
He rolled with him.
He rolled with them though. Far from perfect, but you know, but that's what but these cats was dedicated. So Peter would ask Christ, look, behold, we have forsaken all. So these cats gave up their whole entire life for who?
Christ.
For Christ. They were fishermen. They had their lives. So Peter like, look, man, we forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? Now, is that an inappropriate question?
No. Well, he wants to know.
They want to know. Pretty logical. Like, look, man, what are we doing this for? Why are we going around spreading this message for you, man? Oh, come on now. What's in it? And you got, and we bring it out because This is what are we doing this for? We can be anywhere else on a Saturday besides here. So Peter would ask that question, and guess what?
Christ would answer.
We would all be thinking about, like, what am I doing here, man? You know, why would Abraham have to leave his home and go to this place? You gotta ask him questions. Man, this brother was comfortable in Ur of Chaldea. His whole family was there. He uprooted and left and went to a whole other place because the Most High spoke to him. Why would Moses forsake Egypt? You gotta think about all these, because Peter's asking, look, we made a what? Sacrifice. We done sacrificed a lot of stuff, man. What is in it? What are we in this for? We've sacrificed a lot. Brothers and sisters and children that this world has to offer that we rejected for what? Something greater. Because if, like we read about, if the mother and the 7 sons don't get resurrected, that means number one, they did that in vain. They might as well just ate the pork, man. Hot sauce and everything. Like, what we doing this for, man? I'm about to die like this. And it also means that Esau got away. If it ain't no resurrection, that means everything this man has done to so-called Hispanics, so-called blacks, the earth, if all we do is live and die, that means he got away. Tell them that about Hitler. Say, you know what? Ain't no resurrection, ain't no punishment. That means Hitler got away with killing all them so-called Jews there, right? Oh no, he's burning in hell right now, see? They'll tell you that. But they don't want to deny that. So that means that this man got away. So Peter asked a real good question, like, what are we making all these sacrifices for? Christ gonna answer it. It says, and Jesus said unto him, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration. See, the regeneration ain't talking about the reincarnation. Regeneration is talking about what?
Second coming of Christ.
Second coming of Christ, the resurrection. Because it's going to tell us this is talking about the resurrection. When the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory. So we know the regeneration is talking about Christ's second coming and that resurrection. Because that's when Christ will sit on his throne. It says, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. See? So Christ laid it out for him. Another scripture, he tell him, you're going to sit at my table and eat with me and be sitting on thrones. So what this world has to offer compared to what Christ's offer is, it can't compare. Did Christ make sacrifices?
Absolutely.
What's one of the sacrifices he made?
The cross.
That's the ultimate.
In his life, besides dying on the cross, he made that sacrifice for us. What sacrifice did he make in his own life to receive things? Does the world have something to offer him?
Denying Satan.
Say it again.
When Satan said to bow down and worship me, and I'll give you all of this.
I'm gonna give you the whole, I'm gonna give you the world and all kingdoms to come. He had to deny that. He didn't have to take the deal like, you know what, no, I'm gonna sacrifice that so I can get that. It's like that old movie, Brewster's Millions film. Remember that with Richard Pryor?
Yeah.
And then it says, and every man that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sister, or mother, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold, and shall what?
Inherit everlasting life.
Other scriptures saying, Mark, in this world, he gonna receive blessings. See, with persecutions. But he gonna receive 100-fold in this time, so we get blessed. The Lord never promised us, I'm gonna make all y'all billionaires on this side, you're gonna have yachts, choppers, and he never said that. He said we'll get blessed. And brothers and sisters is blessed. It says 100-fold, and in the world to come, everlasting life. So that's the deal. We take that deal so we can get the greater deal later on. So remember, we making sacrifices now. Brothers could be out here bugged out our mind, running around with all types of women. But in the end, guess what? No kingdom. You try to cash that ticket, it's void. So if the king, if Christ didn't rise from the dead, if there is no resurrection, then that means we doing all like we've been going through. This is all for null and void. What are we doing it for? It's nothing. So we know that Christ resurrected because these scriptures are true, and we know we ain't gonna let this man get away with nothing. The Most High ain't gonna let him get away. So just gotta remember that, and that's what's gonna keep us going. This is what's gonna keep us going, knowing that there's something else. Because if this is it, and tell you, Paul said later on in 1 Corinthians, if it's all we have is hope in this life of Christ, then we are almost miserable. This is nothing. If this is it, then, and this is as good as it gets, then we might as well go now. So we know that there's something greater coming because Christ, in his time, he will come back.
I'm gonna say this. We got 15 minutes. We'll do the communion to add with what the brother brought out. John 14. Remember, that's a promise. Christ promised his disciples a return. So he's not going to break that promise. So I'll read it. John 14. And we'll break bread. John 14 and 1. It says, let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in God the Father, right? Believe also in me. So Christ is telling his disciples, you believe in the Most High, believe in me. Now look what he's going to tell them. In my Father's house are many mansions. So what is Christ talking about?
The kingdom.
The kingdom of heaven. Say, in my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. See that? So he says, I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will do what?
Come again.
Come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. So was Christ promising his disciples a return?
Yes.
Yep. That's my promise. So he's going to come back. And where are the disciples at? They sleep. Peter, James, John, right? They fell on sleep. So how they going to receive that promise? In the what? In the resurrection, in the regeneration. They're going to inherit those mansions in the kingdom. That's what we want. Christ ain't breaking that, brothers and sisters. Where he's going to be at on this earth. Ruling. Think about it, Israel. Think about it. Peter, James, John. Some of them died at a young age, man. Peter, remember he was shown that he had to go? He said, the Lord showed me, I'm going to have to put off this tabernacle. See, different things. Look at James, the brother of John, in Acts 12. That was it for him. Herod was laying the hammer on the church, brother. But what do they have inside of them? A reward, a spirit. They coming back, man.
And that hope.
That hope. Look at the Lord grouping us up with brothers and sisters that have a mind like your mind. That's special right there. Like, wait a minute. We used to be, some of us around each other, but how are we thinking the same? That's a spirit there. That's how we're supposed to be like-minded. On our way. Teamed up, grouped up, strong church. Right with the other, the other churches, which is one congregation, whether they're in the VA, Kentucky, Boston, Georgia, St. Louis, wherever. Israel scattered abroad, but the ones we come across, the Lord's have us come across, Puerto Rico and Mexico, all over, brother. And they having a mind, saying we like-minded about the gospel. We ain't bugging out, man. That's a blessing. Some be bugging out, brother. There'll be that pride in there. But this is all praises to the Most High in Christ. Let's keep learning. There's a lot to learn. A lot of this stuff, brothers and sisters, that we getting, it's a lot of information. We know. You talk to your brothers and sisters that be in the world, the Lord waking them up. You be giving them script, they be like, man, hold up, slow down. It's a lot, man. A lot of us used to it. Some of us been around and be like, wait a minute, slow down. Because it'd be a lot. It's powerful, man. All praises we give. Praise to the Most High in Christ. That's it.